Anyway. All right. So that,
Anyway.
my friends, brings us to what crazy thing. And I think, wait, before I even say what crazy thing, I think we have a crazy thing double header this week. Do we not?
We do. We've got two crazy things.
Two crazy things. All
Two
right.
crazy things.
So the first crazy thing is, what crazy thing did, remind me, what was the first? I know the second one.
Greg do this week?
What crazy thing did Greg do? Greg, what'd you do?
What I did was I looked at that Wyndham shopping portal deal.
You did.
124 points per dollar spent at Things Remembered. They're basically paying you to shop at Things Remembered.
Like, here, take our stuff, please. Take
our stuff. We'll give you more value in points, depending on how much you value those Wyndham points, than you're spending. I mean, it's close to that good.
Right. Close to that good.
The reason it's crazy that I spent like over $100 on Things Remembered stuff that I kind of would mildly like to have, but otherwise wouldn't have bought is the reason it's crazy is that we already had a number of readers report that it wasn't tracking. The portal wasn't tracking at 124 points per dollar. They get an email saying, "Hey, yay, you are going to get awarded this many points," and that calculated at only 30 points per dollar. That's a lot. That's far shy of 124.
They're not paying you anymore to take their stuff.
No, I would not do it for 30x.
No.
So I decided to do it anyway. I thought it was worth fighting the good fight and going for it. So I put a reminder. After I wrote a post about going for it, a reader wrote that he or she, went through the portal and didn't get any kind of tracking email.
Mm-hmm.
And so emailed support, and then the next day got hey, it's tracked at 124. So they actually had success.
Oh, well, that's
so I
good.
I put a reminder in my calendar because the website says to wait, I think it was 5 business days to get that, your purchase track kind of email, and then report it if it doesn't. So if I don't get one, I'm kind of now hoping I don't.
right.
I'll email and see what happens. So
the thing that Greg remembered was to see what I did there was to take screenshots.
Very good.
Took a lot of screenshots.
I did. I took screenshots like crazy, like a madman. Yeah. My mouse moved a little at screenshot.
I've been doing the same thing the last couple of days because I very suddenly found a use, like a vacation rental place that I would like to be able to book, but I don't have enough Wyndham points. So I've been doing a little shopping the last couple of days myself. Not anything at Things Remembered yet, although I say yet because maybe I will. There's 2 issues. First, yes, like I was just saying there, I have taken screenshots of everything. I've taken screenshots with like my name and Wyndham number included in there as I click through. I use the little points calculator. You know how they have a little points calculator, like you put in how much you're going to spend and it calculates how many. I've done that and taken the screenshots so that nobody can be like, you wouldn't get that many points. So anyway, I've done all that stuff, taken copious screenshots that I'll have to weed through when something doesn't track properly.
Right.
But I'm hopeful that it's going to come through. My problem now is I don't know how long it takes for these shopping portal points to actually post. Like,
yeah, I know it could be quite a while.
But I get no idea.
Wouldn't surprise me at all to be a few months.
Right. Which
there's some portals that post right away, but
yeah. I was hopeful it'd be soon, but
it's pretty clear already that Wyndham is not that.
No, it's not that, unfortunately, which I was hoping. I was like, oh, maybe these will just post in a few weeks and I'll be able to use them for one of those Vacasa properties. But yeah, not yet.
Not happening yet.
No, but we can hope. All right. So you did the Things Remembered thing. I think actually by the time this publishes, supposedly the 5X deal is going to be done. Like Wyndham's got this advertised 5X promotion where you're supposed to earn 5 times the number of points, but we've already talked about how it's not 5 times anything. I don't know where they're coming up with their marketing. The other thing is that a bunch of these increased rates say that they expire April 30th. So
right.
I have no idea what's going on.
It makes no sense. Yeah.
Right. Oh, quick update from Nick. Actually, it did end on the 8th. So these rates are totally
that whole Wyndham portal thing is completely nuts.
Completely nuts.
Which is part of the reason it's crazy to invest in it. But at the other hand, it's one of those, It's so good.
It's so good. I mean, some of these stores are 30, 40 points per dollar. And so, like, you know, my wife doesn't actually do that much shopping, but I know every now and then she'll go on a little burst. And I was like, listen, honey, you want to do some shopping? Now's the time.
Right, right.
I don't want
And
to
to be
hear that you
clear,
need new shoes next month.
yeah,
Like,
to be clear, we're not talking about just like the usual suspects like flower,
oh,
shopping where you get 30x. We're talking about things like Bloomingdale's was like 30 something X, and
right.
like major retailers are on there.
Right.
So
Plenty of them at
yeah.
20, 30, 40 points per dollar. And it's like, you know, at that rate, then you're getting a significant discount. And there's other things that are bulk miles too. I mean, we talked about the Disney Plus subscription, but Blue Apron's at like 5,800 points. It's some weird number, like 5,841. You get a cheap
Right.
box for like, I think $30 shipped. So it's, you know, might be worth buying points with something like that if you haven't done Blue Apron before. Anyway, take a look at it. We'll put a link in the show notes. So that's what crazy thing Greg did. And there are many more of us out there getting crazy with that. But since we're talking about hotels, we got to talk about the other crazy hotel thing this week and say, what crazy thing did Raddison do? Raddison, what are you doing?
This is so crazy. Even my wife noticed it. Like, she got an email from Raddison. It's like, is this important? Is this something?
And she was like, did Citi take over Raddison? Are they buying the Raddison portfolio? Because something doesn't add up here.
Oh boy. Yeah. So Raddison sent us all emails saying that in order to deliver a more localized experience, they're splitting into two separate programs and are going to confuse everybody. They need like flow charts to show you which of the two programs you should be in and which of the two you like earn points from in different situations and whatnot. Basically, it's like if you primarily book hotels and or live in the Americas, then you'll be in the Raddison Americas program. Otherwise, you'll be in the everything else Raddison program.
What? Why would you have two programs, Raddison? Like, what sense does that make? So yeah, I mean, not only will you be in separate programs, they do say that you'll still be able to earn and redeem points in both programs and move them back and forth, but they hint at the fact that there will be some proactive something you're going to have to do to like transfer your Raddison Americas points to like Raddison Europe, Maldives, and the rest of the world.
Right.
What?
So they're definitely making it bonkers complicated for anyone.
Who would get that? Who would ever get that? I mean, apart from people who blog about it and one or two people out there listening to this, like who would find any sense in having two separate programs? Like, you know, whatever. Isn't the whole value of having a worldwide chain that it's like a seamless experience for the customers? Like,
I mean, that is what it should be, but at least some people have reported that they think that this is all happening because a Chinese company owns Raddison now, apparently, and the U.S. is not allowing Chinese companies to collect the kind of information that they collect as part of the rewards program. So I guess they spun off the Raddison Americas to a non-Chinese company. I mean, that's the only thing.
I was wondering if perhaps they were looking to have two separate ownership groups of some sort, you know, having or be able to sell a piece of it. I mean, Raddison rest of the world is only but so valuable. There are some nice Raddison properties in Europe, but there's only like there's only a few, right? And then apart from that, you've got this new Raddison Maldives that, you know, was rumored for like 10 years, I think, and finally opened. And then beyond that, like, I don't know. I mean, you know what else is out there? There's like a Raddison in Japan, I think, by the airport in Tokyo, I think. And like not very much else.
Yeah.
So
I mean, there's some resorts sprinkled around Europe.
Yeah,
but
yeah. I've been interested in that one that's in Crete that I don't even know if it's still part of Raddison. I mean, there was a really nice one that I stayed at in Croatia at some point, but that stopped being a Raddison. So it seems like they wised up. So yeah, I don't understand, and I'm a little nervous. So what are you doing with your Raddison points? I mean, I know you got some Raddison points.
Yeah.
Are you gonna go book stuff speculatively or what?
No, I mean, Raddison has always been for me. Well, once they stopped offering the sort of buy one get one credit card deal where you could book an awards, you could book 2 nights of awards for the price of one award night. Ever since I stopped doing that, I've thought of the Raddison points as like a backup to the backup. Like IHG is sort of my backup, one of my backup hotel programs, and Raddison is one I think of even after that. Like just in case I happen to be somewhere where there's a Raddison where I could use my points, that'd be great. And it does happen every now and then, but
it's funny. It's funny you
continuing to look at it that way.
Because so we've got a tentative camping trip planned for the end of next month into the beginning of June. And so we've got this camping thing, glamping, and I'm not real confident. We stink at camping. I'm not real confident that this is going to go well, especially we were terrible at it when we didn't have any kids. And now that we have 2 kids, I'm like much less confident in our ability to do it. So I was relieved when I saw that there is a country inn and suites 3.5 miles from the campground. I was like, okay, yes. Perfect, because I got a place where I can finally use my free night certificates or use some Raddison points if I need a shower. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, it is the backup to the backup to the backup. So it's like, if I got to bail.
That's so funny. Did I ever tell you my camping story with my son?
You didn't. I don't think so.
We my wife had given us a set of tents and sleeping bags and all the stuff you need for camping when he was really young. When he was about, and we never used them. When he was about, I want to say 17, maybe 16. I don't know. We were like, we should break these out and go camping. And so we planned a 3-night weekend. And when we up north in Michigan, we realized that by the time we drove up there, it would be getting late. So we decided to do what you're talking about, book a points hotel near the campground for the first night, and then set up the camp in the morning. And so that made it a 2-night camping trip. And then after one night, we were like, you know what? I still got some free night certs at the Marriott down the road. Let's go.
Bailed after one night, huh? That's funny because I was already I just haven't had time today, but I said yesterday, I'm going to book that hotel for the second night because we got 4 nights booked at the campgrounds. And I'm like, I don't know about that. so I was already going to book it for the second night just in case. I figured that, make sure we get that locked in, just in case. We love the idea of camping. It seems like a great idea. We like the outdoors. We like to hike. We like to, but the actual camping itself, we're not particularly good at. So
yeah, that's me too. I just can't sleep. So
yeah. So all right. So that's the crazy thing this week, Raddison. That's what you've reduced me to, Raddison. And I'm excited about a country inn and suites in the middle of nowhere because it happens to be close to the campground that I might need to escape from. That's where you are, Raddison. So escape up. All right.
Poor Raddison. They're crying now.
Raddison. Poor Raddison. I am probably good. I think I'm going to speculatively use a bunch of my points, though. I think I'm going to book some places in Europe, figuring, I don't know, maybe that's going to keep the points in the Europe side or something, and maybe that'll be good. I don't know.
Oh, interesting. That's an interesting idea. Yeah, I wonder. They might get lost in limbo. If you cancel those. if your account from becomes a Raddison America's account, and then you cancel that.
Oh wow, yeah, the headaches I'm in for.
I have no idea what will happen.
Who knows?